Hello friends, welcome back to this YouTube channel, and today I have a very interesting topic that is about 9 money rules that will help you build wealth, come out of debt and become financially secure. One thing that I need you to understand is building wealth is not an overnight job, and there is nothing like getting rich quick. You have to practice money rules that are favorable to you, or rather that work best for you over time, and then you can be able to build wealth. And this is why I keep on advising you and telling you that any person that comes to you and tells you, give me your money, you'll be getting some crazy interest every month or every week, those ones are get rich quick scams. You are going to lose money. Therefore, it is important to understand how the money game works, understand the rules, and then practice them. And in this video, I'm going to discuss the rules that I believe they can work for you, but at the end of the day, it's about you to customize your financial journey and make it personal according to your belief system and how you want them to work for you. The first money rule is to have an emergency fund. And the size of the emergency fund depends on how much you spend every month on your essentials and how you run your life. And the best way to know the maximum or the number you want to have in your emergency fund is to track your expenses. You need to know how much you spend in a month. If you earn 50,000, you need to understand that first of all, your expenses need not to go above 25,000. So once you have known that your expenses are 25,000, you take that 25,000, multiply it by 3 or 6 or 12 months, depending on how large your emergency fund, how large you would want your emergency fund to be. And I will advise 12 months is a good number, but when you're starting, you start small. You start building an emergency fund of 1 month, then you continue like that. You build an emergency fund for 2 months, like that. It's a journey, and you'll be surprised that for you to be able to raise an emergency fund that can sustain you for 12 months in the event of anything can take you more than 3 years. Yes, it can take you more than 3 years, and that is why you need self-discipline. You need to focus on the main goal, which is to have the emergency fund, and continue saving on it. Don't say this money is small, it cannot do anything. No, it is small today, but next month, that small plus another small, it becomes something bigger. So you can challenge yourself. If you don't have any emergency fund, you can start building it now. You build for 3 months. Once you achieve that, you extend it to 6 months, like that. But once you reach 12 months, you can stop saving on your emergency fund, because 1 year is enough for you to re-strategize in case you lose a job, or in the event of pandemics that can happen. You can take a whole year to figure out whatever you want. So once you have reached your target emergency fund amount, then you need to start investing. Usually is you should invest 20% of your income, and investment could be different ways. You could invest in stocks and shares, you could invest in business, you could save that money so you can also start a business that can bring income. You can invest in real estate, shares, depending on which country you're coming from. But it is always important to do your research before you find a broker or an investment plan that you need. You can also invest in government bonds, take bonds, and then the government pays the interest. You make passive income out of that. But the bottom line is you must always do your research on the investments. Remember not to fall for the rich quick gimmicks that promise you high returns, even more than what the government can give you, and in the end you end up losing your hard-earned money. The third money rule is controversial to many people because majority of the people believe in debt. But if you can practice paying in full for large items like car houses, or anything that is a huge payment, it's important for you to normalize paying it in cash. Reason being, you will be free. If it's a car you have bought with cash, you are free. In the event you drive it for 6 months and you don't like it, you'll be able to resell that car and buy another car. Another thing, if you buy a home cash, you are not a slave to the person who was to give you money. Like if it's a bank, you'll always operating on anxiety, wondering, oh my God, in the event that I don't earn money, what will happen? They will come and liquidate this property. That means you will have a lot of sleepless nights, you will work extra hard, you will not even be able to take holidays because the loan that you took to buy that house, the mortgage, is keeping you on toes, because when you default that loan and the bank wants to retrieve their money, they are going to sell that house, and that means you're going even to lose whatever down payment that you had made. So if it is possible, normalize buying these things in cash. And this is why I will advise you to always have you, and the only way you can achieve this is to have a delayed gratitude. Like today I want a car, but I don't have the money to buy the car. Then do not work on the pressure, because that pressure of saying I want this car now is what makes you go for the loan, so that you can buy something that you do not afford. So if you can practice delayed gratification, it can help you to save up and buy that car that you want, or buy that house that you want. Because houses and cars will always be here with us. They will always be sold. So there is no cause of emergency. The fourth money rule is never delay spending money to gain knowledge. And this could be learning a new skill. Maybe it's a course that is being sold at $45 or even $100. Do not delay, or do not see that money as huge money, because once you learn that skill, you're going to trade that skill to earn an income. For instance, you can buy a course on virtual assistant and start practicing virtual assistants as a freelancer on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr or freelancer.com. There are so many platforms today that you can freelance online. Maybe it's a skill that you want to buy, or you want to learn on coding, and the course is being sold maybe at $300. Do not feel like that's a huge amount of money, because the moment you master that skill, you're going to get employment or gigs that can be able to even pay you back more than $300 that you spent initially. And this cuts across even when you want to read a book, or you want to buy specific types of content. Do not feel bad whenever it comes to investing in your knowledge, because the more knowledge you have, the more money you will be able to make, because money, it's directly proportional to skills. And when you have skills that people are willing to pay for, then you will have to earn a lot of money as you practice that skill that you have learned. The fifth money rule is always buy the best and keep it. For example, if it's a phone, it's important that you buy a good phone, or from a reputable brand that can serve you for over 4 years without, or even 5 years without it having issues. Some phones are cheap, I understand, but you can use them within 1 year. The operating system is no longer working, the phone is misbehaving, then that means you'll have to go back to the shop and buy another phone. And this same case applies for laptops and cars. Always buy what is reliable and can last you for a long period of time as you focus on other things. Obviously, you do not want to buy something today and tomorrow you are back again in the market to look for something to substitute whatever you had bought. So normalize buying good stuff from reputable brands so that they can last long. The sixth money rule is do not feel bad when you are spending on personal development. And personal development could be therapy, could be meditation, or is it mediation? Meditation, and could be going to the gym, And all this, they work towards making your life better, because as much as we want to build wealth, it's important to understand that our health are equally important. So when our health is not failing us, you'll be able to build your wealth. Yeah, you'll be able to build your wealth because you'll be saving and using that money in investments that you have. But when our health fails us, that means we'll be using a lot of money in medication and seeking guidance from doctors, and that can be very costly. So as we build health, we believe and trust God that is going to bless us with perfect health until we reach our old age. And on top of the blessings, it is important for us to take actions in personal development, make sure that our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health, our emotional health are at a good point where you can be able to invest money without spending extra on hospitals or anything else. Yeah, so do not feel bad when you are spending on your personal development. Eat well, eat healthy food, subscribe to that gym that you always wanted, subscribe to that class for mediation. Is it yoga? Yeah, do it, and then you'll be able to achieve the overall well-being and enjoy whatever you are working for. The seventh money rule is make enough money so that you can choose the people you want to work with. And this, you can only be able to work with people that you want if you have financial security. And how do you achieve this financial security? By having an emergency fund. If you have an emergency fund to cover for your expenses for 12 months, and whatever job that you are doing right now is giving you mental stress, it's just an environment that you cannot continue working for, you can easily resign that job and look for a better job environment. And this only comes if you have financial security. And like I said in the beginning of this video, is you should have financial security by having an emergency fund that can cover for your expenses from 6 months to 12 months. And also, when you are living below your means, then it means you can afford the lifestyle that you have. That means you can always work with clients or with companies that you feel like you relate when it comes to values and morals, and no one will force you to wake up to a job that you do not want to work with. The eighth money rule is prioritize work outside of work. Yes, prioritize work outside work. What does this mean? Prioritize your social life, prioritize your social life. Could be meeting with friends, could be joining a dancing class, could be starting a new hobby, and you need to do that so that you can have an emotional well-being. And also, when you're interacting with other people, you also learn a lot of things that you did not know. As much as nowadays we are so much encouraging people to work from home, there are a lot of remote jobs activities, remote jobs around the world that are hiring. Normalize planning for social activities. Go out there, interact with other people. If it is to join clubs, depending on your personal goal. Yeah, if it is connections, you want to build the right connections, then you know where they meet, join those memberships, pay for them, have time for yourself and for social well-being outside your normal work. The last money rule is marry the right person. And this is important because the person you marry determines your purchase power and how much you can save and how much you will not save, how much you will get into debt and how much you will not get into debt. So it is important when you are dating and courting, you need to understand the mindset of that person or that partner towards money, and then figure out whether it meets your desires. If it doesn't, then keep looking, because your partners determine a lot when it comes to your financial success and building wealth. So if you marry right, you marry the person that you share financial goals, you'll be able to achieve a lot when it comes to building wealth. With that being said, you can feel free to tailor these rules according to your needs and according to how you can be able to achieve the goals. You can pick 1, 2, 3 and practice them and monitor your progress over time. You see whether you're improving in your finances. So thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like this video and share it. Thank you. See you in the next one.